has asked me to, again, inform Nigerians that he listens to them, especially the young people that are trying to protest.
President Bola Tinubu appeals to Nigerians to keep faith and believe in his ability to transform Nigeria to an enviable height.
Periodic review of the national minimum wage from 5 years to 3 years, and for later matters 2024. Third reading taken and passed.
Senate passes 70,000 naira national minimum wage bill as requested by President Tinubu. FCT Police Command arrests suspected mastermind of robbery and killing of Brigadier General Uwem Harold, retired. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We are live in Abuja. Thanks for joining us. I am Eucharia Clinton. President Bola Tinubu is appealing to Nigerians, particularly the youth, to keep faith and believe in his ability of his administration to transform Nigeria to an enviable height so desired by the citizens. Information and National Orientation Minister Mohammed Idris conveyed the message of President Bola Tinubu after their meeting at the State House. Speaking on the state of the nation, the minister says the president is fully aware of the situation in the country and is working hard to turn around the social and economic situation for the good of all Nigerians.
And Mr. President has asked me to, again, inform Nigerians that he listens to them, especially the young people that are trying to protest. Mr. President is listening to them. He takes what they say seriously and is working assiduously to ensure that this country is good, not just for today, but also for the future. The issue of the planned protest, Mr. President does not see any need for that. He's asked them to shelve that plan. He's asked them to await government's response to all their pleas. He has listened to them, like I said. And a lot is happening. Only today, the National Assembly has expeditiously passed the new national minimum wage. You can see how the president is working. It was transmitted only yesterday. Today, it has been passed. A lot of other interventions that the president has also put in place are also going to be looked at expeditiously in the interest of Nigeria. So there's no need for strike. The young people out there should listen to the president and allow the president more time to see to the realization of all the goodies he has for them.
Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekperikpo Ekpo, has urged Nigerians to be patient with the federal government as President Bola Tinubu is making greater efforts towards addressing the economic challenges resulting from the removal of fuel subsidy. Lydia Sampson reports that Ekpo stated this during an interface with the national leadership of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, led by its president, Chris Isiguzo, in Abuja.
Ekperikpo Ekpo revealed that in the subsidy era, some businessmen took advantage of the low cost of subsidized fuel in Nigeria and diverted large volumes to neighboring countries where they make huge profits, while the targeted beneficiaries in Nigeria groan in acute scarcity, making subsidy on petroleum no longer feasible when this administration came on board. The gas minister highlighted the huge gas deposits in Nigeria, which at the present stands at about 209 trillion cubic feet proven reserves, with potential of reserves increasing to 600 trillion cubic feet. He added that President Tinubu meant well in ending fuel subsidy, as the decision has allowed more focus and investment in the gas sector.
While government is trying to repair the environment, our people within the environment should desist from all this smuggling, pipeline destruction, because the gas that we are using today is associated gas. And when they disrupt crude production, it will affect us a lot.
ECPO informed the NUJ leadership of licenses granted to some companies to convert the gas fled in-country for commercial purposes, while efforts are ongoing through various government programs and initiatives to ensure more Nigerians use LPG and CNG for cooking and transportation. NUJ President acknowledged the minister's impactful leadership in the past year and commended him for the successful implementation of government policies aimed at increasing local content across the gas value chain.
We are eager to learn more about the progress made, the challenges encountered, and the achievements thus far.
We are looking for a way to drive this progress to the nooks and crannies of this country. Within the next few years, things will turn around. Let us be hopeful.
The achievements, he says, are not only commendable but also provide a solid foundation for more progress. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
The coalition of Middle Belt youth leaders have called on all Nigerians to give President Tinubu the chance to actualize his blueprint for the nation. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, youths of Middle Belt extraction vowed not to participate in the proposed nationwide protest, saying it is ill-conceived. David Ire reports.
The coalition represents all the youth organizations and over 100 ethnic groups in the Middle Belt. The group acknowledges the critical state of the economy, but believes that any protest now could worsen the situation for the masses.
The whole system is overheated with political rivalry, overheated with religious sentiment, overheated with ethnic and regional sentiment everywhere. What we don't know, this is political coup. This is not what you think. I'm telling you, the outcome of this will be very, very serious. It will lead to damage of properties, it will lead to loss of lives, and many other things.
The youth leaders are also concerned that some criminal elements could hijack the protest and unleash mayhem on innocent citizens.
So we encourage our people. There are various means through which we are going to sort out this issue. Remember, this government makes the situation we are in today was not made by this present government. 1 year, 2 months will not be enough for you to judge a government. We have seen certain steps that this government has taken. So let's give them a benefit of doubt. To see to it that, okay, in the process of time, with our effort as Nigerians, with our patience, because everybody is feeling it.
They agreed to also relate with leaders of other geopolitical groups to ensure peace in the country. In Abuja, David Ire, NTA News.
In the same vein, the coalition of Northern youth leaders had dissociated itself from the much talked about planned national protest. This follows information the coalition has received that the agenda of some quarters that involving themselves in the protest goes against the peaceful focus of the coalition to bring to government's attention the state of affairs in the country. National President of the coalition, Murtala Mohammed, made this point while briefing the media on his position.
The Northern Nigerian Leaders Forum wish to disassociate its members and the entire youth of Northern Nigeria from the planned protest against the federal government of Nigeria. While we encourage the government to do more to improve the life of citizens, we strongly oppose any form of protest or demonstration across Northern Nigeria, which will be hijacked by the hoodlums.
He urges Nigerians to be patient with government as it strives to make life easier for the people.
The Northern Youth Leaders Forum appreciates the fact that there is hardship in the land, but at the same time acknowledge that the effort of the government is tackling them, e.g. the recently granted local government autonomy, which will tell the government to the grassroots.
Still talking about the protests, violent protests are criminal. But peaceful protests are the right of Nigerians, and the police will protect those who may want to embark on a peaceful protest. Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun stated this at the Strategic Police Managers Conference of the Force in Abuja. The IGP assures that adequate measures have been put in place in the event of a protest, and the force will respond in a more professional and civilized way.
This is a delicate time to want to engage in any form of violence, and all Nigerians will come together and say no to violent protest. Yes, we know that there is hunger, times are hard, but government is doing their best to ameliorate the suffering of Nigerians. A lot of measures have been put in place. Government is already hearing the cries of the people. Even governors at their own level are trying their best to make sure that things in their states are stable. And this is not happening only in Nigeria. It's a global meltdown. I know some people who left Nigeria because they felt Nigeria was hard. Now they want to come back because where they went is even harder.
The police appeals to Nigerian youth to shun violent protests because they do no one any good. The fourth expanded National Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Clinic, one of federal government's strategies for making it easier to do business in Nigeria, has been launched in Dutse, Jigawa State. Vice President Kashim Shettima at the event also launched the Jigawa State Retail Shop Empowerment Program, courtesy of the Umar Namadi-led administration. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jabila reports.
Respite has come the way of small business owners in the new world known as Jigawa State. Inspection of exhibition stands to showcase the skills and experience of the people, and the inauguration of the Dutse Ultra-Modern Market Solar Plant for the National MSME Clinic. Vice President Kashim Shettima describes small businesses as the lifeline of communities across the nation and a strong pillar of stability at this critical phase of economic transition.
This is why we cannot afford to have you have any fear. We will not rest until each of you is in a advantage position to access the support and capital made available for our small businesses. Through these clinics, the administration has provided a platform for MSMEs in Jigawa State to interact directly with regulatory agencies, financial institutions, and business support organizations, receiving on-the-spot solutions to solve the challenges they face.
We are delighted that this also aligns with our agenda for Greater Jigawa, in which we plan to implement several well-conceived targeted interventions to support and promote entrepreneurs, efficient business incubation, and development of small businesses.
Thank the people of Jigawa State on what we have done on this partnership.
As part of efforts to ensure food security and stimulate economic growth across Nigeria, the Vice President has inaugurated 10 hectares of land for Jigawa State solar-based sprinkler irrigation demonstration farm for rice and vegetables at Sumore community in Dutse local government area to revolutionize Nigeria's agricultural sector as part of the ongoing efforts to enhance food security, create jobs and diversify Nigeria's economy. In Dutse, the Vice President also launched the Jigawa State Palliative Shops, a cashless transaction initiative to train 1,000 youth as agents across the 287 wards of the state. From Dutse, Jigawa State, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. More reports after this break. Stay with us.
You know the geography of Nigeria, but we're not a nation. A nation is a group of people with a shared vision. In many states of the Federation, with a few exceptions, we have only 2 tiers of government. The local government is completely gone.
Insightful, thought-provoking, and engaging.
Those countries that we go to buy refined petroleum products, or technically what we call distillates, are we saying their economic and political leaders are fools?
What you see that is happening in the urban area is not happening in the rural area. There is no balance
There's no holistic or a concerted approach to development.
Every development is local. Every underdevelopment is also local. I think what we need is to promote national development.
Good Morning Nigeria, the Nigerian Television Authority's flagship program, brings you all you need to know on current national issues that affect you. With expert analysis from professionals from all fields of endeavor, Good Morning Nigeria is your daily tonic of accurate, fact-based and intellectual discussions on issues that matter to you. Airing every weekday live between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. on the network service of the NTA. Repeat broadcasts at 5 p.m. daily on NTA News 24. Don't be left out. You can join us by tuning in to NTA News 24.
Good to have you back. The Senate has passed the 70,000 Naira National Minimum Wage Bill as requested by President Tinubu. The lawmakers granted expeditious consideration to the bill transmitted Tuesday as it passed first, second and third readings.
After a series of negotiations between the federal government and the organized labor, the current national minimum wage of 30,000 Naira only has been reviewed upward to the sum of 70,000 Naira only. This is part of the federal government's short-term measures to mitigate the situation in the country, as efforts are being made to bring about long-term solutions that would align with the yearnings and aspirations of Nigerians.
20,000, and to reduce the time for periodic review of the national minimum wage from 5 years to 3 years, and for related matters 2024. Third reading taken and passed.
In another development, the Senate has also passed the Police Act Amendment Bill to enable an appointed Inspector General of Police to remain in office for 4 years, in line with the provisions of Section 7, Subsection 6 of the Police Act. Meanwhile, Senator Ezenwo Yewuchi, representing Imo East, has defected from the Labour Party to the All Progressives Congress. The lawmakers also approved the 6.2 trillion Naira amendment to the 2024 Appropriation Act. This raises the 2024 budget size from 28.7 trillion Naira to 35.055 trillion Naira. Similarly, the House of Representatives has passed the National Minimum Wage Bill, transmitted to the Green Chamber by President Tinubu on Tuesday. The Green Chamber also passed the 2024 Appropriation Act Amendment Bill, which brings the 2024 budget to an aggregate of 35.055 trillion Naira. This followed lawmakers' approval of President Tinubu's request for 6.2 trillion budget adjustment for capital and recurrent expenditure, which raised the 2024 budget from an initial 28.7 trillion Naira passed last December. The Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria has increased interest rate by 50 basis points to 26.75%. At the CBN Monetary Policy meeting in Abuja, the NPC resolved to collaborate with fiscal authorities to stabilize food prices. Governor of the CBN, Olayemi Kadoso, also says the federal government 150 window to address food prices will moderate domestic food prices. He added that there is some cooling down in inflation and this will persist, and although FX continues to be a challenge, the economy is on the right track. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has arrested the suspected mastermind of the robbery and killing of the late Brigadier General Uwem Harrod, retired, at his Abuja residence on 21st June 2024. FCT Commissioner of Police Beneth Igwe paraded the suspect and other suspected syndicates at the command headquarters. Onotu Yakubu brings us details.
The suspect, Hashiru Marazu Baku, was trailed by police operatives from Utako Division in a covert operation led by Chief Superintendent of Police Victor Godfrey and apprehended at a hotel in Kanu. The police say intelligence gave him up as he was trying to escape from the country. The late general's service pistol with which they shot him and other stolen valuables from the operation were recovered.
This is the gun of General Uwe Harold, retired, Brigadier General retired. This is his wristwatch. This is the wife's wristwatch. These are her goals.
Other suspects paraded are a syndicate of one chance apprehended at Jabiu Utako Axis after a shootout with police operatives.
Who give you gun?
Now my friend.
What do you want use and do? What do you and your friend want use the gun?
Me I no use and do anything.
So you just collect gun?
No, now together we did. I know say I didn't know say my friend they go thief.
We are 3 in number when we used to operate. 2, 1 at the front with 1 at the back. Then the back one will come back and meet me and put the person in center. When after we collected everything from them, we park well, we drop them normal. We don't used to push anybody.
Let people not deceive you in anything that you can commit crime and go free. As far as it's in FCT, all these men you see here, all of us are poised to deal with you. If you take the laws into your hand, we will open your hand and bring out the law. We don't care how you feel.
In Abuja, Onotu Yakobo, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Here's a quick look at our major stories.
The President has asked me to, again, inform Nigerians that he listens to them, especially the young people that are trying to protest.
President Bola Tinubu appeals to Nigerians to keep faith and believe in his ability to transform Nigeria to an enviable heart.
Periodic review of the national minimum wage from 5 years to 3 years, and for related matters 2024. Third reading taken and passed.
Senate passes 70,000 naira national minimum wage bill as requested by President Tinubu. FCT Police Command arrests suspected mastermind of robbery and killing of Brigadier General Uwe Harold, retired.
This is NTA News 24.
Parents have been urged to commit to building a lasting legacy that guarantees the future of their children and the nation at large. This was a submission by stakeholders at the fundraising event organized by the Nigerian Muslim Forum in London. Olawale Hamzat reports.
It is yet another gathering of the Nigeria Muslim Forum UK. This time, it is a fundraising for the proposed community center in London.
We have got second, third, and possibly fourth generation Nigerian Muslims now living in the UK who do not know anything about Nigeria much. They've been born and brought up here, and we want them to feel at home 100% and to have a community center that they can call theirs, where we integrate and be sociable, but most importantly, we pray, but we do a lot of Islamic activities within that.
For Ibadah, but it's also important because it's a meeting point where they will have a feel of the cultural values that we have as a nation, mingling with all sorts of people from various tribes from various states of the Federation.
The Nigerian Muslim Forum is a charity organization and one of the oldest Nigerian associations in the UK. A community center, as proposed, will provide a rallying point and hub of activities for the organization and others who will access the facility when completed.
If you read what Sayyidina Ali has said, he said, if you are going to train your youth, your young people, don't train them for your own world. Train them for their own world. Prepare them for the times they are going to live, not your times. And parents make that mistake a lot.
It's a great importance to recognize how diverse and also how we should uphold our cultural values here in the UK. And at the same time, my call is all our community, Fight and War, to join us so that we can build this center and bring our community under one platform.
Donations were received from members and guests at the event with a commitment to ensure that the project is completed in the shortest possible time. From London, Olawale Hamzat, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Ikaria Clinton.